First pick. Tremble was banned the first game, but not banned this time around. Picked up first. Ophelia into Pebbles, into Swiftblade, into Andromeda, into Empath right there. So that's what we got so far here. You see the Legion side, they picked up Pebbles themselves. You know, it's almost like a takeaway too, I'm sure. But they get the
Yep,
Tremble, so that's good.
I think it is that Pebbles pick. They don't want the Pebbles Ophelia combination again, so they pick it themselves. So it's sort of like a deny pick, which can backfire sometimes if that's not the actual hero that you want. But then you see, oh, okay, they can't have this hero. It's gonna be more trouble for us. And interesting to see Insania banning Ravenor both games. I mean, they had an impressive Ravenor yesterday in Game 2 versus Complexity, so he does not want to bother with that hero.
That's
And
true.
Flex Kavana banning Warbeast both games, so they're not comfortable playing against that. But they leave the Ophelia open, which is surprising to me.
Yeah.
Apparently they feel confident playing against that hero, especially in Slap Sands.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's I feel like a lot of teams, and I want even yourselves, like you would ban Ophelia at least, and even arguably Parasite. It's just usually banning against Slapped here when you're playing X Sync, but they're not doing that here. So they're having to deal with the Ophelia. They weren't able to necessarily last game. We'll see. Again, they take away the Pebbles, as we mentioned, at least, but still, it doesn't necessarily mean things are going to work out all of a sudden. So.
Yep.
But
they do have the Trample, and I think it's one of the strongest hero in terms of map control, setting up ganks, and with the Pebbles on his team, that could prove to be very deadly, especially if Pebbles gets the combo onto a Swiftblade. Swiftblade is not a tanky hero. What makes him tanky is the spin, and then ulting, you can't be hit, so if they can combo him and Trample follow up. And the Wild Sword again.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of carry this time.
Well, see, now this is reminding me of that first game against Complexity. They had the Wild Soul and the Dark Lady that game, and they had a Tempest even, I think it was, in the jungle. I mean, it was a very, very greedy lineup, and the points that you and I were bringing up was that they picked the lineup, which is fine, but it's just they then try to make kills happen constantly, and we kind of saw that in the last game too, didn't we? Where at the bottom lane they were trying to go in and defend and make some kills happen, especially when their teammates were already dead, and it obviously kind of backfired for them. So that's where I'm just not sure. I mean, yes, it can work, but it just doesn't seem like their play style. But they're insistent, man. They want to try to make it work here.
They might go for a second support, and that way they have. I mean, then they only want to focus farm on 3 heroes instead of 4, because Tempest soaks up a lot of farm in the game yesterday, as well as the Wild Soul and the Dark Lady. And then they had can't remember what the last hero was, Portal Key Initiation hero. So if you have 4 heroes that needs farm, you need map control, and you need to be in the enemy jungle to make it work effectively. So we'll see here what they do. They could pick something like an active jungler, but Parasite is banned. Solstice could be one of them. Of course, Solstice also have the carry potential, but it could be more of the utility Solstice.
What about like a Cthulhu font?
Cthulhu Fund, oh yeah, that hero's up. Yep, that would work too.
Good against
especially
Ophelia.
Also, yeah, could eat some creeps and the good initiation tool as well, on top of a Pebble Stun. That would be something for them.
Well,
don't know how comfortable they are in that hero.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those. You usually want to at least have history playing it kind of heroes, so not sure if they do or not. But Bubbles, the 4th pick coming out here, so just this very safe pick here, you could say, for Hellborn side.
Matthias plays Bubbles very well. I would expect the Bubbles mid, and then Kesu offlane Swiftblade, and then they'll pick another carry initiate here. They might also do the hard carry Swift and have a Blink stun hero coming out as the last pick from X Sync.
I feel like it's going to be a Puppet or a Doctor. It's one of the last picks for Sync.
Yep.
Just seems like their
would
style.
Be very like them, yeah.
We got the final pick for the Legion side, not... Okay.
Revenant. I'm guessing a second support Revenant. It's always trouble playing against that hero, because you never know where exactly it is and who is with him, trying to set up ganks on you. And then with the trampled pick on top of that, with the Boris scouting out, it could prove to be very deadly.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they finally end up choosing here with 20 seconds and extra time left. See, they're thinking about, again, that Puppet or the Dr. Pulse are the ones that we're thinking about here, but ultimately up for that. It just seems like that's their style of play, but there obviously are plenty of options here as far as what they want to go with. So I'm going to use all the time, apparently, and keep us in suspense till the very end. Why not Slither, they say.
Okay.
Why not Slither?
That's a risky pick. I mean, Revenant is onto an Andromeda. I mean, Sliver is a squishy hero, and then Andromeda opens with a stun on top of any other hero being in the lane. Should prove to be a kill on the hero.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be played by Kesso, so maybe it's a short lane Sliver here, and then off lane Swiftblade. Fires Bubbles mid. That's what I would be assuming. It's gonna be interesting to see what Rexas how they want to lane here. It's probably the short lane Tremble, and then maybe something like offensive tri lane, but they might also do a tri lane short.
Slither, huh? This is not a
It's
hero we've seen.
interesting.
God, Moon Queen, it feels like we're playing in Season 1 or something. This is just classic stuff here that we're seeing.
I mean, I don't like the pick, but again, they feel comfortable, I guess, with Ophelia on their team. Bubbles is a comfort hero for Matthias here as well.
Yeah. I mean, Slither is definitely one of those kind of carriers we saw, back in the early Stay Green days. It comes to mind, and it's just a very team fight hero. I mean, team fight carry hero that you want to, push with earlier on. I know Staff of the Master. Chessie was known for playing it back in those early Stay Green days. Get that Staff of the Master and, make that ultimate become lethal as a result, do more damage. So, but it really encourages the team fight presence.
I mean, the hero's gonna do a lot of damage to Wild Soul is what stands out to me with the ultimate as well. And the toxicity and poison spray should do a lot of damage to him, especially.
Yeah. For me, it's just always come back to me though, as far as like he's not a hero that's gonna scale like carry hard in the late game. I feel like compared to others,
No,
but
it gets countered by a Strong head heavily. So
yeah. Well, we'll see how it works
like many
here.
other heroes, yeah. But it is with an Ophelia, so they want to push again here.
That's safe to say. You got Pawns coming out here, but Revenant, he's gotten through. He's actually going to run into Ophelia here, most likely.
Yeah,
Keeps going
he
this
managed
way.
to block both hard camps here for Slapped, so he will slow him down quite a bit. Of course, Slapped has Rev Voids, and he's probably gonna upgrade the chicken here if. Oh, he doesn't have gold for that actually, so that could be a bit of trouble if he doesn't find the Rev Void right away.
Yeah, that's going to make things a little more difficult on Zlap's plans here. Again, as far as last game, they were going up against the Parasite. We were able to box him out, though, and eventually was able to recover from there, do pretty well in the end. So, safe to say, if you're going to let X-Sync pick up a hero like Ophelia for Zlap, you want to do your best to counter it here. Denver Pro still currently DC'd, so not going to be going just yet here. As I was talking about, though, guys, do you see the schedule here for today? What the plan is. There's actually 3 matches that are set to happen as far as the later matches go. The one that, of course, we're going to be covering here on Honcast is X-Sync versus Complexity. I think it's safe to say that's one of the more anticipated group stage matches that we have. Of course, it is a rematch of the grand finals of Cycle 1, so definitely looking forward to seeing how that one plays out there. Fresh versus Revolution is also going to be happening, and then Rexar's Reborn here, they're going to be playing Sonic Esports coming up next as well. So we'll keep an eye on the other series, of course, and I heard there might be actually a couple of other streamers streaming some of the other matches. I'll let you know any information we get on that. But the one that we're covering is X-Sync versus Complexity, of course. So looking forward to that one as well. So X-Sync here, though, against Rexar's Reborn, up 1-0. Trying to make it a 2-0 sweep, get that bonus point, and trying to do it with Slither right here. I'm all for a different style picks, though, and different heroes, so that's where it's fun to see a hero like this. But is one it's been a long time, for sure.
Quite interesting. I was completely wrong with the lanes that we're gonna make. It seems like a Swift Empath lane in mid lane here from X-Sync. That's interesting. This is the thing that all their free core players plays something different every time, and you don't really know 100% what they're gonna do. So that's an advantage, of course.
Yeah, is it though? I mean, is that an advantage? Like, I feel like that's an advantage, but also a disadvantage for them to an extent, because it's like if you're not playing that same role over and over and over again,
Yeah.
then it doesn't become
That's
as
right.
routine. So
You don't perfect it that much. I mean, instead you're maybe
Yeah.
90% of what you could do in that current role. That's for sure.
yeah,
But sometimes catching your opponent off guard proves to be more valuable.
fair enough. And
Dead
actually,
Pebbles.
speaking of catching off guard, that's a dead Pebbles. Yeah, what a wall right there from Insania. Forced in a walk all the way around. I mean, that was the perfect angle. That was the perfect spot for where Pebbles was at the time exactly, and he didn't have a chance as soon as he
I
was
think
gone.
he was expecting to go 2 versus 1 here. He doesn't have a buckler at least. Sometimes you see them buy a hatchet, buckler, and 2 minor totems, and then the support buys regen for the lane. Oh, turn kill.
Okay, well, that's
Right.
one way to get a
They're
revenge
getting
kill.
too overconfident in the mid lane there, and then they turn it around. Now Pebbles 300 GPM,
Yeah,
so they're in a good spot all of a sudden here.
yeah, not too shabby. I mean, back to obviously the bloodlust advantage still in favor of X-Sync there, but that's really good that he got that because yeah, the last thing you would want to have happen is just completely get behind here, but not the case anymore. So it is a true 2 versus 2. It's going to continue clearly action right off the bat. So expecting some fun
Almost
action
got him.
here. Oh, he's fine.
Almost. Yep.
Some good pressure though. Yeah, he's doing a 1 versus 2. Andromeda and Tremble. Tremble is probably one of the more annoying heroes to go up against in lane, I would think. Because of those mounds here.
Yeah. Also gives a bit of gold if you manage to kill them though. So that's also something.
Very true. Speaking of giving gold, the wards of Slither do just that, but of course not getting them here though. It's gone the poison spray and now the toxicity of 1 point. So keep an eye on how he levels up, but I would assume it's going to be the QW here and then the wards eventually when he needs to.
Yeah, more of a sort of blocking or scouting tool more than the damage. I also feel like they're quite weak as they are. It does more damage and it's more useful, so level up the poison spray and the toxicity.
Yeah. Now this is pretty big right here, and actually, oh, the wall just a little bit too late. Yeah, he was in Fizz, and actually they're going for the turn kill right here. Swiftblade's in trouble. He's going to die. He will fall down right there. Revenant applying the Defile right there and assisting for the kill, and that was interesting. Like I said, I was watching the whole time where he invis Pebbles. Pebbles ran up, but there was a Rev Ward here he didn't realize, so they actually started to go on him all of a sudden. But he just got out of range of the Rev Ward, and then they set up the turn kill as we saw in the end.
Yeah.
So, beautiful.
You do not want to underestimate a Revenant. The damage output from that hero is I mean, it's like a Midas level 4. You always get surprised of how much damage it does, actually, when he hits the combo.
Yeah.
So it's a very deadly hero. It's very powerful. Also in a hard support role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that mortification, it's a strong stuff, and you throw Pebbles to put the damage
Pebbles.
out with that on, it hurts.
Pebbles with the magic damage, and of course the W reducing magic armor makes the combo even do more damage. So.
Yeah. Gotta fear it for sure. You do see Swiftblade. I mean, he's fairly confident. He does have the spin, of course. The reason why it worked out so well last time is because he had just used a spin going offensively for the kill, so that's why they were able to turn it like they did. So Mickey realizing that, though, as long as he has the spin up, he should be fine. Let's take a look at the top lane, though. How is this playing out here? 11-1 Wild Soul versus a 22-5 Slither. So Slither having the much better time is very safe to say here. And I don't know. I mean, would you expect that here?
I would expect it to turn around as soon as Wild Soul hits level 5, getting that swipe ability. So, and especially level 6 as well. Makes him more tankier, harder to die, and he can, sustain himself better in the lane. But being the ranged hero as Sliver is, and then with the toxicity, it does a lot of damage to your hero.
You see it right there. I mean, again, as soon as they try to put a little bit of pressure on Pebbles, pops the invis from Revenant, and good to go. They don't have a Rev Ward currently, or Dust. Oh, they do have a Rev Ward on Swiftblade, actually. Just hasn't placed it. Top lane, Wild Soul. Wow, a lot of pressure right there. He is going to be fine in the end, but you really felt that. Meanwhile, back to the middle lane, though. Gank on to Pebbles right here. He's in a lot of trouble. Going to go for the turn kill on Empath. That's not going to happen, though. And Revenant, in fact, Revenant's going for the turn kill on Swiftblade, but he goes down, trying to commit a little too much right there. He needed one more auto attack, and he wasn't able to get it. So, well played by X-Sync, and they get the 2-0 there.
Yeah, nice rotation from Slapped, walking all the way around here, dodging any type of wards from the Legion side that could have been there potentially. So, well played, and they set up 2 kills. That's what they needed, because that Pebbles was getting a bit out of hand. He had 380 gold a minute before that death.
Oh, did he? Jeez, yeah. He's still at 300 here. So, and actually, though, he's found again. He's going for a kill on his Swiftblade, but he's not going to happen. He goes down first. Wow, they dive completely onto him behind the first tower, and they end up with the kill as a result. So,
That was very risky. If Pebbles did not miss the Stalagmites onto Swiftblade, he could have been able to turn that. Also with a Chuck toss or Chuck stun onto the Ophelia would have been a double tap. So a risky play, but it paid off.
Ophelia, yeah, she's caught here. The Aurora's put up a couple more auto attacks. He's blocking with his creeps. Even the wall comes out, but it is just too much damage in the end. The Defile auto attack too powerful. Meanwhile, though, top lane, Denver Pro goes down. Playing the Wild Soul. Looks like Swiftplay came in for the flank.
Yeah, well played. Just before Wild Soul hits level 6, that's where you want to gank it. So, nice rotation.
Yeah, well played. And you see a 5-3 hero kill advantage right now for X-Sync, so pretty close in hero kills, but the golden experience, that's definitely noticeable. 2,200 gold, 3,500 experience bottom lane. Bubbles, he's going to be fine. Shell surfs away, not too much pressure put out, and Matthias, again, knows his Bubbles play here. Look at Slither, by the way. I mean, he actually ended up maxing out Ward, so I was completely wrong. He goes, he went the 2 and a Q, 1 and a W, and then he just maxed out his Slither wards from there.
Yeah, apparently. I'm still more fan of the WQ build, but he wants them here to push. I mean, it is powerful in terms of being able to solo push a lane here.
It does give gold, though. I mean, we're talking about that. It does give a little bit extra bounty to the Wild Soul in this case, especially with that bear where he can reach them fairly easily. So,
yep.
Here's that to keep in mind. How much is it? I don't know how much level 4 is. I think it's
about 10 to 15 gold.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
So, killing 4 of them is a creep kill. So that's at least something.
So Wild Soul, you did deny the tower.
Rotation mid.
Uh-oh, Pebbles again. He gets the invis off, but the Rev Ward's down. No chance for him. 4 players here in the end. Bubbles porting in. I'm not sure about that. Kind of unnecessary there, really. So, but he is here just in case, as he's going to head back towards the bottom. But Wild Soul now in the middle lane, just kind of poking in and may just adjust to the jungle here, it looks like. Not having a great time top lane.
3 minutes ago, before Pebbles died like 3 times in the last 4 minutes, they were actually getting what they wanted. Farm on Pebbles, Farm on Tremble, Wild Soul doing decent top, which is what the Legion side wants. They want those 3 heroes to do well, but those 3 devs on Pebbles might prove crucial here, because delaying that portal key is what Sync wants.
Wall off right there on the Revenant. No chance for him, really. The spin down eventually. Do you see Pebbles? They'll try to stand his ground. He goes down, though. Just trying to chase for kill an Empath. This is Mid Wars basically coming at us. At Swiftplay with that double damage. Why they wanted to pick a fight right there is beyond me. But it's in their blood, man. I mean, this is why they should not draft these passive lineups. These lineups that with the Tremble. I mean, I guess overall they did get the second support, but they just keep trying to make fights happen when they just shouldn't be.
It's also why you don't want to X-Sync to or the opposing team to have Ophelia, because it is so strong, powerful to fight with early and mid game. I mean, Slap is doing a lot of work. They went all in trying to kill an Empath, sacrificing 3 heroes, and Slap just used his ultimate and saved him.
Yeah.
So it's not what you want to do in this case.
Oh, Slither. He's gonna find Andromeda here. Not gonna be able to chase him down though. But you do see Slither already with a glowstone picked up, so he's going right. Well, I don't know, actually. I wonder if it is going to be the icon or the staff, perhaps, coming out here. What would you think?
I would assume the staff.
Okay.
For sure. Making that ultimate lethal, and there's no Shrunken Heads coming out from anyone in the Legion side in the near future, so I think he will have it before. Tremble might have his Shrunken Head in due time until he has it, but the rest of the team will still melt.
Swiftplay just runs into the jungle, finds Andromeda, presses Q, and then runs away. It's just like, just having the presence of mind to do that. I mean, the no vision in here, just simply happened to run there at the right time and found the running Andromeda. So, free kill for him, everything's going their way.
Yeah, I would like to see them utilize Boris to set up ganks. Oh, and they are here. But he just spins and get out, yep.
Look how much damage he's doing in return, too, jeez. Yeah, so Keizu, or Meke in this case, a little too quick to react right there. Able to get away. You do see the staff. It looks like it is going to be a staff on Slither. He does go with the Mighty Blade here, so correct on that one. Tremble. He's working on the Thunderclaw at least. What he needs to be doing.
Yep. I mean, with the Revenant, they do have the burst to still fight them here. So if they could catch out Ophelia before he gets his ultimate off, that could be huge. And here Pebble sees him.
Will they? Yep, they get the Ophelia kill. Here comes Swiftblade, though. Slither is not here. Bubble's able to finish off Pebbles, however. Here comes the spinning Swiftblade now, and Slither is running in, so he is going to be here in the end. Empath jumps inside Slither. Out comes the ultimate right there up the Poison Burst. No stab of the Master yet, but still some great damage from it. Gets the kill on Andromeda. You need to see Wild Soul starting to drop right here, and Toxicity's adding up and everything else. He goes down, and it's a 4-for-1 exchange in X-Sync's favor. So they kill Ophelia, but it just fell apart from there.
Yeah, they need to get the kill and then get out and reset and try and get Pebbles combo again. But Empath walled him off, I think, so he couldn't get out. And then with the follow-up, it was just too much. But it was the right idea, killing Ophelia first. But then they needed to reset the fight, and then try again. Without the Pebbles combo, they don't have the damage. And Tremble needs his Lightning Claw. So if they right now, I would like to see them try and dodge, get Lightning Claw and Tremble, and then try and see if he can snowball farm here.
Some way, somehow, but at 12 minutes in, 11,000 gold, 11,000 experience just about. That is a very, very tall and tough task here. It's relative to where we are at in this game right now, that's an absurd lead in favor of X-Sync. And I don't know if that's changing here, but they're going to fight once again, try to make something happen. The tower is killed. You see Pebble studying the Ophelia creep, so they're going to kill the Ophelia creeps at least. They get something there. And that will be the end of it, though. Everyone gets away. I mean, again, the team support of Sync is just on point. As Empath gets ported back, everyone just spreads and runs, and they're all fine. So, sure, well, I don't know what they really did, but X-Sync is just all porting back and now getting bigger and better items. Okay,
and Pebble stunned Ophelia creeps, and then they didn't have anything to catch with after that. So.
Look at Swiftblade, the glowstone pickup. He's going to run into them, by the way. Spins right on top of Revenant. Trying to secure the kill. And now he wants Pebbles, actually. Stalagmites is going to come out. He does not have Swift Slashes, though, but Pebbles just too much damage. Joseph comes through. Down goes Revenant. Down goes Andromeda. And another 3-for-0 exchange. I'm pretty sure Rexars is just looking at that clock and waiting for 15 now.
Yeah. They need to readjust or either the playstyle or the draft so it fits more the aggressive style that they want to do and make sure that they can play aggressive against the enemy opposing team's lineup. Playing aggressive against Ophelia and the Sliver like this. And Bubbles as well, huge teamfight heroes. It's just not working, and then Swiftblade to do the damage. It's very, very hard, very tough.
It's definitely the draft for sure, as we've been addressing, but I do think it's their mentality in general as far as execution with the aggressive play style. I feel like the last game, this game, I mean, it's been a lot of they keep on going in one by one sometimes, or they'll follow up where one of their teammates gets jumped when they just shouldn't be. I mean, that middle lane, it was a double damage Swiftblade. It was clearly going to be advantageous for X-Sync when they caught Revenant, and yet Pebbles, and I believe it was even Andromeda, just insisted on charging in, trying to make something happen, and it completely backfired as we expected. So just really getting more on point in terms of knowing the fights that you can pick and choose and running away when it's just a lost cause. As I'm saying that, I mean, it's just more for X-Sync happening. You do see Ophelia finally is killed off, but Wild Soul is going to go down once again. And, I mean, this game, it is over again. Just really 40 more seconds here.
They're looking for the 15 and just having the fun they can with fights here until that mark, I think. So, I don't think they're trying to make a comeback from this point. It's also very, very tough.
Gotta pad those stats.
Yep.
That's what X-Sync is doing here. Zap just died 3 times. That's not going to help his kill plus assist to death ratio.
He actually sacrificed himself to save Sliver here before. So, being the hero.
You see, they're making a point that they're just going to CC. Yeah. I was going to say, it's kind of silly. Literally 15 seconds before they can and pause the game. Wait for reconnect. Yeah, no, it's over, so. He's reconnecting anyways, but. They could just play this on, and obviously it wouldn't even matter. He's gone for 10 seconds, so not a big deal. But yeah, X-Sync, obviously, they're also getting ready for their next series here against Complexity. So that's the one that we're going to be looking forward to ourselves, as there we go. GG, well played. It is official. Game 2, and the series will be a 2-0 victory for X-Sync here. So congratulations to them, and they continue their streak here. And again, the points looking good for them. That now puts them actually at 13 points as well, tied with you guys currently. Being Evil Evil Corporation here, but they
They
still
have some more games.
yeah, they still have
Yep.
2 more series to play now, so that's the benefit they have there. But yeah, another impressive victory for them, though.
But even though it was a 2-0 sweep here in favor of X-Sync, I mean, they had their comfort heroes. They were very comfortable in what they were doing in this game. These 2 games here. I mean, I saw a lot of, or I am seeing a lot of promise in the Rexas team here. I wouldn't be surprised if they perform better in the next coming cycles here.
Yeah.
Also throughout this one. I mean, especially the game against Complexity yesterday. I'm sure they learned a lot from that. Maybe also watching the cast and replays and seeing what went wrong, when should we have done that. I think they're a steadily improving team that we will see more of in the future.
All right, well, so now as far as the default time goes, again,